Good evening, sister. May the Lord bless you. In Isaiah 58:8, it says, "Then your light shall break forth like the morning, your healing shall spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he will say, Here I am." If you take away the yoke from your midst, the pointing of the finger, and speaking wickedness. My question, sister, is specifically about verse 9, when it says, if you take away the yoke from your midst, how can we identify among us those yokes that prevent us from attaining the promises and blessings of the Lord, mentioned in verse 8? And how can we remove this yoke, since often we don't trust, because we come to church every day, and often we don't believe completely? Thank you, sister.
Before we knew the Lord, we carried a yoke of slavery, but of sin. Before knowing God, before coming to the church to hear the first prophecy, we lived in the world, and in the world we carried a sin. We were slaves of sin, slaves of the devil. That was the yoke of slavery we carried, sin. And nobody helped us with that yoke of slavery of sin. But when we arrived here at the church, when we came to the knowledge of the Lord, that yoke was removed, because the Lord removes that slavery and is giving us new life. We are living a holy life, a perfect life. We no longer carry that yoke of slavery from the devil. We no longer have sin upon us, because the Lord is cleansing us. We carried that yoke before knowing God. Now we cannot say, because if I say now that I still carry the yoke, it means that I am being a slave of sin. The yoke meant sin. It was the slavery of the devil. The devil had me enslaved, leading me to sin, to do bad things, but I don't do that anymore. If the sister is in the church, she cannot say that she carries that yoke. She cannot say, how do we remove the yoke? The people of the world, the people who do not know God, who have not come to the knowledge of God for the first time yet, we can say that they carry that yoke, that slavery of the devil, that sinful slavery. But here with the Lord, that is removed. The Lord removes it, and we are free. Here the Lord is giving us freedom. That's it, sister. So let's not misinterpret this word of the yoke that the Bible speaks of was before knowing the Lord. Now that we all know the Lord, we should no longer carry that yoke, that slavery which was sin. That was the yoke that people carried in the past, and even the people of the world still carry it. But when God comes, that yoke is removed.